Hello everybody, I'm Raphael Perry and I'm going to try to play some more of Ash and Steel, and we're going to start doing the most dangerous thing I can do after loading a save, which is trying to load up the city. Now we know last time we ran out of memory and everything crashed and died, but I've done some tidying up and hopefully things should run a bit smoother now and we might actually get to load into the city. If we don't, oh well, then I probably won't release this recording. But assuming we do, I really hope the next patch reintegrates all of the optimization fixes from the previous patch that were missing from this patch, because they made the game much more playable for me. I also hope for further optimization. I know that was planned a few patches down the line, and we are in. Excellent. Well, given that the hour is late, I think we're going to head to bed. And then maybe the next day treat ourselves to a book from a bookshop. Let us hope this glorious playthrough continues. So, sleep till morning, go and check for...
Why is he wearing that junk?
And I think that's a good starting point for this episode. There's been a few recent comments about this game, actually, on some of the videos. Somebody asking about armor progression, for example. Yes, the game does appear to have armor progression, but it seems to be slower than the weapon progression. I started with some shabby old, itchy, scratchy, dirty clothes that I'd been given.
Can't see tucked in a fog like this.
When I was rescued by Narest. When I got to the woodcutter's camp, I was given a woodcutter's tunic as a reward for some task, and then I was able to also obtain the woodcutter's trousers, which were an upgrade. They gave me slightly higher protection ratings and a stat bonus for wearing the two items as a set. Recently, I discovered this adventurer's outfit, which is a single piece outfit that covers both the top and bottom slots and gives a different variety of bonuses. So the woodcutter's outfit was like a bonus to strength and stamina, I believe. Plus 5 stamina and 3 strength for wearing both parts, whereas this outfit gives plus 5 to dexterity, insight and critical hit chance. It also has better protective values of 15, 5 and 20 as opposed to 7, 6 and 6 for the woodcutter's outfit. I am led to believe that if I can obtain my letter from the knaves who purloined it early in the game and deliver it to the knightly order here, I shall be rewarded with a fine suit of armour indeed. And if I go to the outcasts camp, I can obtain chainmail armour. Just top slot section, I believe. Very good protective values, no stat bonuses. But protectively, it might actually be better than the lowest level armour I'll get from the knights here. And if that is the case, I don't want to feel hard done by when I get that reward, so I've held off from purchasing that armour. Additionally, I'm trying to save money for an expensive skill that I wish to train. And in the interest of making more money now, I'm going to head over to the forge and see what I can create.
And life goes on.
I may be able to melt down some of these unused weapons. Although, I think they generally need to be in stacks of 2 or 3. Ah yes, these. I may be able to melt down the two-handed combat axe. Find squibs. Oh goodness. I should probably look at my quests at some point, but I have plenty of time while the city wakes up. And I'll be dropping by to visit the bank and withdraw my interest. I should probably look at my other quests and see if there's anything that feels even remotely achievable, because obviously right now I have discovered a very dangerous area that feels like I should be about 2 or 3 levels higher before I explore it. For now though, is it one-handed, two-handed? We'll go through the two-handed swords and hammers. Ah, there we are. We can get some iron, with which we can make something that will sell for far more than those two-handed axes were worth. Well, we don't have the skill for this, but we're working towards it. So, these are all relatively the same in terms of value, provided they're made from the same material. I would like to make this axe. This is a godsend, but I don't have the steel. We could go for the club again. Good chance of knocking people off balance. And it's different. We may now have 2 of those. Nope, merely 1. And at 19 damage for a one-handed mace. Oh, one moment. 30. One of these rings gives... Ah, this gives 6 strength. Okay. So we can't use this yet, but we're close. We can use this. That was it. 33 damage up from 19. Big difference. So this shall be sold. Additionally, 12 damage for 15 strength. Why are we keeping this? For smelting purposes? Quite possibly. It would be nice to have a way to mark things as a favourite, to hang on to them. Hello. The club, the dagger, the short sword, the... Okay, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... Ah, but wait, that's the hammer we made, isn't it? Which is not the one we're using. And these will give experience.
How much will you pay for this?
That much.
Let us now go sell this as well. There we go. So now we have ourselves a decent amount of money, which we could put towards some kind of future investment. First off, we still have our Acolyte's Greatsword. We still have our Sharp Mace. Keeping this in case it's something special. There's a lot of arrows. I mean, it would be nice to just spend a whole load of it on a very fancy helmet, but we know there's even nicer helmets in that hard to reach village. And if we wanted steel, 330, that's a lot. But 30 dexterity, 5 dexterity, big difference. Let's go find someone to sell that to. Oh, so we'll just there we go, right here. That's taken care of. So we could... Hang on. Gives 5 stamina. That's going to be steel. As is that, quite probably. It's less damage than our two-handed hammer. 29, 85, 15, right? $45. Ah, faster attack speed. Got it, okay. We do have lots of fine things to eat and drink. Mostly eating. We need to work on that drinking, mind you. Should absolutely get some more water. Right. I don't suppose we have anything new here, do we? Because we did get some kills in last episode. Oh, one off there. Probably be a long time before we tackle a second brute. Ah! Come on, you. A whole 350 experience for learning about these buggers. Ah! Excellent. Even more learning. On the nature of evil men. Some of these are just a matter of waiting to meet another one. Really? Well, we don't have to kill the sheep, they just need to die near us, apparently. Now, find Ruck in the swamp. We don't know where the swamp is. We do know that on their way to the swamp, these men went through the village we discovered recently, which is a deadly location that we're not quite ready to handle. There is a cartography spot in the outskirts we have not found. And yes, I'm absolutely passing time while we wait for some of the other businesses to open up later in the day. In the city of Greyshaft itself there is one, heaven knows where. Dark Forest seems to exist in multiple locations, or overlap quite a few of them. We've found the village, we think we've seen the spot, but we don't appear to be able to climb to it. That's getting the letter back. Right. Search for Hollow. Probably very dangerous, we think we know what's there. This seems to be just a matter of waiting for time. The benefactors, there's 3 of them and we get stun-locked by arrows. It's very tricky, we'll have to work something out. Find the troublemaker, no idea. We'll have to just keep searching. Mordecai's sword, bring Rigby to Mordecai. Bring him his personal sword, Rigby it's called. Apparently, anyway, poor Sod's house burned down when lightning struck it, and then it was assailed by various creatures. Doesn't sound too hard. I found what appeared to be a burned down house near a village, but I don't think that's the one he said to go look at, and there weren't that many monsters. Squibs is missing, and the area is so deadly if I find Squibs, I should probably be capable of clearing out the way to him first, so there'll be a safe path back again. In which case, ask local millers. Take Dial's sword to the smith in the artisan district. Did that. Find Lucida stone. Haven't done that yet. We've brought him the silver ingot, and we can ask him for the sword, and he can give it to us. But we've found a Lucida stone we can steal, but I don't want to do that.
Keep your head safe.
Find a trophy for Birch. It'll happen eventually, if we get the skill for it. Convince Latar to extend Dillis's rent contract. Apparently this can't be done in this chapter yet. This might carry on over more chapters.
There's nothing better than good old steel.
This can't be completed until we've done the Thread of Hope. This is a game-long ambition. So, playing the pirate. Find Ronald's stash. With a terrible map.
If you can't take a punch, just wear armor.
Now, we did hear, I think in the initial conversation, where they might have been when they were so drunk, but I can't remember. I can look at the map again in a bit, but it looks like under a bridge with some broken masonry. Find 10 good hides. Nightmare.
Keep your head safe.
This seems to be impossible now that we've found our way into the city by other means. This seems to be immoral, so I do not wish to do it. Complete all projects. Spending money on the house.
Keep your
Look for
head
things for
safe.
Magwo. I've found 2 already. Taxes and duties. Talk to the customs officer. Yeah, we haven't found him yet. We don't know where he is. And he's not a customs officer. He's an extortioner for bandits. Probably very dangerous. Right. Well, we found Numa, but he says he wants us to find everyone else. Ravi
Why is he wearing that junk?
joined one of the hunting packs. We haven't found him. Numa, Olgerd, we haven't found him either, because he's in an area we haven't visited yet. And Ranta quests. So we're actually wanting some more quests as well. So if we find any, that will be great. Now though, enough time has progressed that it is worth going to the bank to claim some funds. Unfortunately, picking up new quests will probably involve going to locations we have not visited yet. Well, that's something, I suppose. It is worth occasionally revisiting the people in the city and checking by with them for new jobs, but there don't seem to be many forthcoming, and we seem to have done that fairly recently. Hello! Another 100. Excellent. Okay, 25 minutes. We can do that. And now let's treat ourselves to a luxury. We have the Stormwind's War 5. Come on, we have more than that, surely. And 1. Let's try and get Volume 2. So we know it starts with a nasty, greedy governor who thinks he doesn't need anything to do with the surrounding lands and wants to try and keep all the money for himself, essentially. Who becomes a general and goes off and rampages across the world, winning loads of battles and running a very effective war, apparently. Hello? Right. Stormwind's War 2. For no free. Oh, that's a problem. On the Grand Blessings of Volcanoes. Elder Rock. So we can get Stormwind's War 1, 5, 2, 4, but no volume 3 unless... Okay. Well, we can stick to some of the cheaper books for now, which would just be this. So let's just hold off. We can read volume 2 when we get outside the city. So I believe my idea for today, apart from picking up more water, is to try to tangle with those bugs on the other entrance. So we'll pick up a load more water on the way out of town. And honestly be grateful we get to play at all after the last episode's problems. You know what else we should do before reading the book? We should check.
Why is he wearing that junk?
Oh, hello, lady. Nope, you just look like her of a heavy tan. Or not that much at all, actually. Hello, Jer. Right. Water, wasn't it? Yeah. Let's go something massive like 30.
A good price!
Okay, a bit concerned about your vocal cords there, girl, but we'll live with it. And generally I'm getting this feeling that while we haven't necessarily been in the second chapter for that long, we should probably be trying to trigger chapter 3 soon, so that all the shop inventories can refresh and we can continue to buy food and drink and stuff. Now, in the outskirts, there's always that strange line that looks like smoke. I think it's coming from a chimney. Okay. There's a few more. I was hoping it could lead me to the map plaque place. So we haven't been able to climb anywhere particularly nice out here.
Oh, it's Tristan!
Hello.
This weather's been mad lately. Sunny.
Is that you, fella? I believe you might have shared a few words. Now that fellow knows me.
Seem to be angrier than usual.
I heard their gang took a good beating not long ago.
From the guards, I guess.
Nah.
Oh well, let's put on a bit of a
giving
burst of
those
speed,
assholes too much credit.
and maybe someday I will find the local beauty spot out here that will allow me to expand my map.
Heard a couple Marlers howling at the walls yesterday.
Now,
They've grown fearless.
I heard the orders all buzzing about something.
Yeah, they've been running their feet off lately.
Must be some kind of a commission coming from the capital.
I heard that their leader was given the boot.
Are you serious?
one
Aye.
good hide. I need 9 more.
Bones are aching again. Been trying
Great.
all sorts of ointments, nothing else.
They arrested someone in the port last night.
The bandits around here have grown fearless. Someone was robbed right in the outskirts.
Okay. Just in case the mapping spot is up here. Which I highly doubt, by the way. Or in case I could see it from here. They do not like that one, do they? Don't like the idea of me trying to get up there either. Okay, fair enough. I suppose I tried. Where else could it be? Well, it doesn't seem to be anywhere in this immediate area. Or up that hill with the very tall tower. Now the vantage point in the woods near Nerest's home didn't have the best view. It didn't have the wasn't the greatest vantage point, it wasn't the highest location, but it did give the impression of being probably the last place in the area we would visit. Let's not stand that close to the edge. You know, there's a wolf that howls somewhere around here, and we have never explored up this path. Let's save the game, because at least this time we got into the city. And then maybe explore up this path towards what appears to be a cave entrance where there may indeed be some kind of howling wolf. Oh yeah. Oh great. Oh you fucker, right. Well, if it's gonna be like that. Ow, ow, ow. Alright, we live. And we eat. And then maybe we find something in this cave. Well, at least we've silenced the maulers for now. That ought to be something at least. Maybe have a little drink as well. Keep our spirits up.
How refreshing.
Capable of anything. The mind is willing and the flesh is no longer weak. Plus 50 stamina, presumably. the stat, not the attribute. We now have a decent amount. So now you're capable of anything and fencer. So a lot of extra stamina. That's something good. There was something up here. I thought I'd check it out in case there was another cave entrance or something, and there wasn't. Okay. Now we're kind of heading into another area. One we have visited before. And we will save before that signpost. So we know that area to the right that looks a bit like a graveyard has rat walkers in. We also know there's the rumbling of a great big underground monster, and we're not very good at facing those yet. And there's another one of those sort of boar charging monster things over that way that we don't particularly want to tangle with either. But we're exploring in this direction in the hope it leads us towards the swamp. Hang on. Across that water there's some kind of camp we would like to visit at some point. But over this way there are 3 rather large beetles. We may be able to handle 2 at once, but not all 3 of them. Preferably just the one. The furthest one appears to be a different colour. Fuck.
Come at me! You like that? It's only going to hurt more.
Alright, so I'm going to loot this one. We did need to... use a potion.
You like that? It's only going to hurt more.
And now there's a husk there as well, which we absolutely want to search. Well, that wasn't really worth searching, was it? So let's eat again. And now start considering whether that third beetle is worth the hassle or not. It doesn't appear to have any more beetles nearby, so that's something. And there may be a little slope there to explore. Also, where there's one husk, there's usually more than one. Let's keep a bit of variety in our diet. We got a lot of those. If we can get up to 300 health, that would be really nice. That cave to the... oh shit. To the right is probably where the husk emerged from. There's a second beetle, but one appears to be green. Okay, hold on. You. Oh, fucking hell no. Look, if you're coming... could I at least just tackle you alone, please? Oh! Drink. Fucking hell, man. Just keep that.
Keep breathing. Inhale. Exhale.
Ah. I did save after that fight, didn't I? Shit, no I didn't. Okay. Well. That is a mighty foe. And it's definitely... reinforcing my impression that that is not a direction I should be travelling anytime soon. However... I did handle that quite well. Let's have our drink. Pop some water in there. What do I have? That'll give me more immunity. There we go. So far they're all just heading off over there, and I should probably just be grateful they are. And let them have their meander. Eventually their patrol will bring them back over here. Not necessarily close enough to attack me. But hey. Okay, let's try this. Oh, it's just going to release the cloud. Oh no. And we can begin the smackdown.
You asked for it!
Got it. Well, we want to get this back inside us quickly. And this. Because that injury can't be good for us. Whatever it is. Right, that's one down. Some to go. And our immunity is still capped at 100 as of the last update, although I don't remember any patch notes explaining a change to the immunity system. Not that it's ever been explained to us, really. Right. Okay, I think we finally got a knockdown. So now I'm going to jog back this way. Be very aware there's a husk nearby. And eat some cabbage. Excellent stuff. Now I'm going to remember to save the game. So there is a great and powerful beetle near here. It would be fun to defeat it. However, okay, good. Come out, please. I want you on your own. Because if I go near that thing... Yes, come closer. Please do. That does a good job. There is definitely at least one more husk in there. And I'd like to explore it when I know I'm not going to get attacked by a giant beetle outside. I do know that defeating any of the alpha monsters, such as this alpha woodwalker, grants a permanent bonus to stats. Yeah, come closer, please. No, don't do the cloud. Oh well. Cloud gaming it is. Oh.
Come at me!
Look, the cloud is messing with us. Got it. We shall eat and Mourn our lost potion. It's going to take us ages to make another one. However, we're also doing very nicely for experience. I don't know how much experience the alpha will give. I doubt it will be 960. He says, somewhat hopefully. But if we're going to face it alone, we're going to need some health. Although, I am now healthy enough to probably go exploring that cave relatively safely. Oh, fuck off. There's even more of them? Okay. I see 3. And a stream, which probably... Could I have just this one, please? Yes, come fight me. On your own, if possible. Now, our hammer is obviously very effective against this foe. Which I don't seem to be able to loot. Rather annoyingly. Okay. It's one of you.
Come at me!
Now, if you just form a nice orderly line along the tree trunk, you'll all get your turn to get absolutely hammered as you step off the end. Somewhere. Yes, see, I can loot that one. Both of those, in fact, just not the one who died near the fire pit. I'm going to presume it's because of where the body landed in proximity to... Okay, that almost sounded like fighting music then again for a moment, but it wasn't. That absolutely looks like it warrants further investigation. But first, let's tackle this... Oh, hello. The spade hints that digging somewhere near here might be a good idea. Okay. Well, 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 what have we here? All right. Bit of a stubborn one, this one. Okay, we're about halfway there. Hopefully, they had some amazing beetle-resistant armour in here that protects us from all manner of negative conditions. It's probably going to be something far more mundane. In fact, we gain a fine skullcracker and 350 gold. The skullcracker requires 50 strength, and it'll be a long time before we have anywhere near that much. We have, however, gained 650 experience from fighting just those two. No, it's got to be from picking the lock as well, right? So while we are here, we did see that one of them liked to walk down this rock a bit towards the water. And there appears to be a way to climb out over there. Just in case I can interact with... Hello? Oh, there we go. That's something. And now we'll see why there appears to be a veritable path leading down to the waterfront here. Obviously, if we fall in, we can get back out. However, let's save the game and see if, like the salmon, there is something to be gained by swimming upstream. Such as that camp on the other side of the stream that we have seen. This one. That's a mighty brute. And it's turning back round and coming this way. I think we are not ready. But perhaps another time. And it's growing dark. And darkness will mean danger. It will also mean fighting an alpha beast at night. Our first alpha, not a good idea. So we should probably head back towards some kind of shelter. We could check the ranta prices. Prices, not prizes. At the inn. Yeah. This is a little awkward. And a very itchy elbow. Oh, hello. Right, well, while I'm here... Yeah? This chest is in these ruins, which were guarded by brigands who had stolen a knight's sword. Admittedly, from a soldier who had purchased it from a merchant who acquired it from some thieves. However, the fact they were willing to beat a man up and steal his sword means they were probably up to no good. And if they hadn't opened it and purloined its contents, then either they locked the bloody thing in the first place, or its owners are long gone because these buggers have taken over the place since, and you know, whoever left the stuff here didn't think it important enough to take with them, or thought the chest would keep it safe enough until they could return. And if it had been left long enough for this place to become a ruin, then they almost definitely are not returning. We continue to creep our way around the lock. And I'm safe in the knowledge that soon its contents shall be ours. As the lockpicking minigame seems impossible to fail. Ooh! I was not excited about the 6 Wolfsbane. It was something else that captured my attention. A proficiency potion, you say? Oh, that's an ability
How the
point, not a
depths
skill
do you
point.
lot drink this stuff?
How the depths do you say that twice and echo with yourself? Also, that makes up for the one we had to drink. So, with 1 ability point, we want stamina and fortitude. Let's bring that up to around 20. And then, when we level in the not too distant future, we can... Oh, we're only going to get 2 points, aren't we? Yeah. At this point, placing points in the stamina attribute will be less important unless it is for unlocking skills, because we have 100 from achievements of the yellow stamina bar, not the stamina stat. They probably should have come up with 2 different names for those to avoid confusion. Now, they abbreviate one to STM, and I think that's the ability score, whereas referring to the main bar as stamina, and they do that fairly consistently in descriptions. They don't do it when mousing over the ability for its description, however. And you know what, if we've got all night, we could go and look at that chainmail and see how much nicer it would be to wear it. Now, we would lose it. Hang on. This is 15. This is 30. But 5 of our dexterity is coming from this. So I don't feel that comfortable equipping that long term in case I change my body armor for something actually resembling armor. So we'd also lose 5 from our critical hit chance, which is a decent number now. Almost 19%. And when you're getting up to 20% of that 1 in 5 hits as a critical hit, it starts getting very tasty in terms of probability. This is very nice. We don't want to accidentally sell it. We should possibly go visit Vin and check if it's one of the things he will pay for, but not sell. In the meantime, I did say I'd come check how much it costs to enter a bout of Ranta, because that gives me an approximate gauge for the difficulty of the Ranta fights in this area.
You know what people are saying? Another barnacle bucket wrecked in the reefs.
Oh, 75. Okay, so that's a step up
Somewhere
from
near
50.
the old cove, I think.
We could give one a
Anyone
try.
make it out alive?
Probably not wise.
Right then, choose your opponent.
Rat's probably very defensive. Finisher. Now we go. Stomp's probably very aggressive.
You've made your choice. Let the ranter match begin.
I have a feeling these are, like, way above our skill level. Oh, he's very scrawny looking. Okay. Oh, and we've got our reduced deck. Bugger. Okay. Go light. Heavy. Defend everything above the belt. Uh-oh. Okay, that's good. Extra good. Ow. And suddenly he's lethal. Okay. Okay. That's stupid, but we can try it, right? We can gamble on him not going for the legs again. This probably won't end well. And again. Yeah, he's going for those vicious leg sweeps of his. Uh-oh. Oh, we're screwed. Okay. Now we just lose, I think. Yep. Sod it. He does like the leg sweeps, which means he probably won't do it this round. Alright. Somehow, we're still in this. I want to go 1, 2... No. What? No. Okay, we'll go... And then another body shot. He'll probably go legs again and finish us, but hey. Yeah, we went too many on the body. Oh, wow. How are we still in this? Okay, that's something. We'll go legs. Head. Legs. You know what? Let's defend everything below the neck. Oh, that's all we get this round. Ah.
Bread prices went up again. We'll be eating grass soon.
The bandits around here have grown fearless. Someone was robbed right in the outskirts recently.
You know what? I'll stand by my assessment that we're not quite ready for the ranter fights here yet. And we probably do need to beat that bastard back at the Inn of the King's Brother, who's just really difficult, before we can progress on to other locations. Now. Evening.
They broke into the abandoned fort.
Why?
We
I'll be
could
damned if I know.
try getting to the Nightly Brotherhood by nightfall. Or we could run back to our house, sleep till morning, run to town, by which time all the businesses should be open. But that feels pretty extreme, and we might as well just see if we can make this journey in time. It'll be a good learning experience for us. All the way... Right, I'm anticipating before nightfall we may be able to get to the city gates, and halfway from the city gates to the Nightly Order. But that is just pure guesswork. Our ability to run for long distances is incredibly useful in my confidence in this calculation. And that's not saying much. It's a fun gamble. Let's see how it pays out. So I'm thinking I'll
What a
definitely hit the gates before nightfall.
Why is he wearing that junk?
But it honestly can't be much longer now. So let's just slow to a walk as we head on in. And then head for our regular nightly bed. Could even look at our money. I don't think it's likely to have changed that much. So currently we're getting a lot of dexterity from this set. Dexterity, critical chance, and one other thing is +5. Okay, we're getting a lot of collision, but it's not nighttime yet, allegedly, according to the compass in the top right hand corner of the screen. We might actually make it to the nightly order completely before nightfall is officially declared. Yeah, it's looking like it, isn't it? Okay, great.
One speed to you, brother.
Nope. I see the word night there now. But it's okay. We're safe and sound, allegedly. Nothing... I'm not going to say nothing bad has ever happened to us within these walls, but nothing detrimental to our health directly has happened within these walls. In here, we feel safe. And yeah, money's looking nice. I believe we get no skill point next level, just a few stat points, which is great. Let us, however, I think we're going to have to review skills. Should probably do that after we wake up, to give the shopkeepers more time to wake up. However... Okay, so this is Hunter's Mark is possible. Rare trophies, we do want that at some point, just as we want combat cunning to get towards advanced survival. Armour reinforcing we could pick up, but we really, over the next 2 levels, want 4 points in fortitude. If we don't put those 4 points in fortitude, we won't be able to learn expert crafting when the time comes. That being said, of course, we also need all the money, which would mean getting to the end of this level and away from the next one and somehow accrue 3,500 more gold. So we're probably looking at some of the other skills. Speaking of which, for a mere 650, and we meet all the requirements already, we could grab spinning attack. Now, strength 35, fortitude 25, strength 50, fortitude 25. Okay. Well, let's sleep, and let's take this helmet off for a while. Actually, there was a very nice helmet for 1,200 at the other village. I know some of them cost about 2,000. But it would be very nice if we could just top up this experience total ever so slightly. 210. Well, I have a couple of ideas. They're not very healthy ones. But then when was healthy safe?
This weather's been mad lately. Sunny.
While we'd like to rush the more advanced crafting recipes, it seems like that's actually a bad idea, because not only is the skill prohibitively expensive, but the ingredients to create those items are probably also pretty hard to come by at this stage in the game. We don't have the resources. Okay. Let's go back to the whorehouse and see if they've got a job for us to do this morning. I hope not, but it will pass the time. I think we're all up to date on that front. I could have roamed the street at night looking for thugs to duff up. It's probably not a very bad idea, to be honest. No, here we are. I'm not on the wrong side of the wall. But I am on the wrong side of a mistress who doesn't appear to be up and about and doing business yet, which is probably for the best, to be honest. Who are you? You have a name, and you have nothing to say to me.
All quiet at the Harpy?
You wish! That soldier from Tantaris is throwing a tantrum. His willy's shorter than a pickle, but he's yelling like he wants the whole port to know that. Calm him down, will ya?
I think I just met him. Is it you by any chance? It is. Okay.
You really should go now.
Huh? I'm gonna bite your ass off.
Is that wise?
I'm counting to 3. Out. Now. 1. 2.
Alright, I'm going.
That worked. Tristan, your strength is impressive. And you got a level. Well, lady, what do you say now?
The Harpy should be a more peaceful place now.
Oh, my dear boy. I couldn't be happier to have found you.
Well, let's just get out of here. Appreciate the golden experience, mind you. Think I'll do my leveling up outside. There's enough things going up and down in this business already. Don't need to add to it. So that actually worked out quite nicely for us. So we want to put a point here anyway. Wait, if we need a 25, we only need to put in 1 point, right? Yeah. No skill points. So we can put 1 point in here, and then where we can place another. Well, now hold on. Ugh. Went a bit far there, didn't I? Right. Dexterity, huh? Okay. I appear to meet all of these. 25 stamina, 30 fortitude. Okay. But we get 16. 18, 20, 22, right? So in terms of skill points, we're looking at how we're going to qualify for any of these ones quickly. So I think we're looking fortitude and strength this level. There we go. We can add things to the home which will increase these, and it's probably the best way to get this done. Oh, I was going to read a book, wasn't I? 5 of 25, 66, 78. See if any of those numbers make sense. Right. Having met the right people on Tantares and beyond, Arek sprang into action. First, he gained the support of the young warriors on his island. The Lord Protector won over their hearts and minds with his impassioned speeches of superiority and many sweet promises. Dissent, on the other hand, was ruthlessly crushed. His opponents were jailed or murdered. With that taken care of, he took to sea. Arek started small, assuming full command of the cross strait and intercepting ships bound for a starter from the most distant islands, Nemus and Basalt. They delivered his message. The king has gone mad. Anyone who sets foot on the capital's harbour will be thrown in jail and executed shortly thereafter. Only Tantares can protect you. The 6th and 7th Islands decided to remain impartial and observe the events as they unfolded. Mayor was too exhausted by the feuds of its houses to pay attention to any of the conflict. Center had always allied with Tantares and started supplying Arek with armour and weapons right away. The 5th Island, however, will be told in the 3rd book, which we can't get at the bookshop. But 6, 66, 70... Wasn't that 77? Okay, so it might be this one for reading books. 7 of 20, 9... Okay, it may be that one. Dunno. Now about that... Wait. Reminds you of the Grey Shaft outskirts. I know where that is, we've been there. Hang on. That's a windmill. That's basically... We've already been there, haven't we? Am I looking at the wrong map? Because I don't remember... Wait a minute. Let's do that again. It's not showing a windmill, but it could very well be. And it is looking like that very familiar cave. If that is where they buried the treasure, we might as well go and explore. Possibly at a slower pace, as it may help us reach the... No, because we'll need to come back into the city anyway, won't we?
Is he wearing that junk?
Because apparently this junk is the highest grade of armour possible for man to have at this moment in time. If that man is Tristan, of a starter. Maybe Astartians just have terrible fashion sense, according to the locals here. However, that does mean that some of the other sets of clothing that we've seen at the shopkeepers,
Weather looks grim.
which had the word set in the description, means that like this one, they cover 2 item slots and are a single item set. Why am I going up? Because I might as well. It almost feels like depositing another 1,000 in the bank at some point will help us, but not yet. We haven't put in enough for the dividends to feel worthwhile. And in theory, they never will. Because of the sheer amount of time required to pay off our original investment. But we put in 1,000 and we've had what, maybe 400 out now? 400 or 500, so actually it might be worthwhile, although we can't necessarily afford to lose this 1,000 right now. Let's get out of the city and explore the cavern where the bootleggers were. Now, let's hope it hasn't been repopulated with new foes, because it should just be members of the Gravediggers Guild who came and buried something here.
You think so?
Of course. Why would any good man just feck off to roam the woods like that?
Say they're actually roaming the field.
That looks like I can pick it. So we're looking at over here. Now there is a dig spot here that's inaccessible that I've tried in the past.
This looks like the cave from the beer map.
Yes, it does. So I'm going to save the game in case I break a shovel standing ever so slightly in the wrong spot. I would like to note that the goblet, the map marks the cave, not this spot here. Oh. Well, alright then. Because we weren't capable of digging here before, which means there may be some dig spots, because we'd found dig spots earlier that were inaccessible or had nothing. So they may require quests to unlock them. Now, in here we have the Pirate's Goblet and the Rye. I believe that's a quest update, my friend. Yep. Let's go back for our experience and our reward. Although, arguably, the experience was the reward.
Rough, to be sure. But life goes on.
Someone was out wandering the streets and yelling like a...
You know,
I've heard of him and his sticky fingers.
since this game is often likened to the Gothic series, maybe we should take Tristan to the hairdressers and get him a nice little ponytail. Just so that he can give Ponytail Man a run for his money. Maybe. Perhaps.
Just take a bite any time you get hungry.
Alright, love, just don't mind me coming through. That does, however, imply the businesses are now open. So, visiting the... well, we don't need to have our spades ready. We just pop that there. Rum only does immunity and it does health as well, okay. Even if we are getting a boost from
I've
being
heard of
well
it.
rested
And his
or
sticky
from
fingers.
food or drink, we're nearing that 300 health number that we would quite like. And we could get 40 more if we grab one of the house upgrades. For now though, we're just going to deliver this to the guild and see if it merits the appearance of a little white on the experience meter. We can do the bank on the way back out. There's too many corners for me to be sprinting in a straight line right now. Although now we got a home run, essentially. Why am I swinging so wide? Oh, that's why. Because the other way would take me to the slums. Yeah. Right, and here we go. Almost at the guild now. Master, I have done well. Have I not done well? When did I get my guild outfit? Right. What? Is there someone called Ukufa here? Or is it a saying to do with pirates and the fact we've got the goblet? Or we'll say, is he here? Right.
The Kufa is with you.
Which means you are not alone. You know it, cartographer.
I've read a few books.
Wives used to pour their husband fruit drinks from vessels like these, to show that their love would always be just as sweet.
That's a nice tradition.
Aye, a shame it wasn't kept up. Like so many things after colonization. These objects are all that remain. Excellent work, lad.
Right. Nice. Well, while I'm here...
Got anything else for me?
Aye, Tris. Something incredibly important and burningly urgent.
Got any other work?
The city rune master deciphered a slab with etchings that we found. Came from an ore vein, surprisingly. Turns out it reveals the location of something very valuable. An artifact among artifacts. It's called the Ring of Truth. According to legend, Ignar himself bestowed this ring upon someone, so that neither lie nor truth could escape him. And this person is the one who later began the colonization process. You know what they called him, right?
The Messiah?
Exactly. So I sent 2 of my most reliable delvers after it, Norsh and Willie.
Let me guess. They've been gone too long.
That's right. Here, I've marked the spot on this map. Go find out what happened.
You don't think they might have taken the ring and ran off, do you?
Not a chance. Like I said, they're reliable. So speed is of the essence. I'm afraid some shite might have happened.
Yeah, no kidding. Okay, well, let's take a look at the map and see where we might be. Hello? Oh, we get an outfit with proper armor values. Okay, so we'd lose 5 dexterity, 5 insight, 5 critical chance. Wait, do we get legs of this as well? We do get to add legs as well. So, dexterity, insight and critical chance. Insight down to 31 we can manage. Dexterity 25, glad we didn't change bows. How's that for armor progression? This one's even got some metal bits on it. Not very much, but hey, some. Alright, yeah, so skills. It's that insight. 35. We are at least 5 levels away from needing 35 insight. We can work on that. As for the dexterity, we're still okay on many of these. And hopefully the knights will give us something even better. But for now, we are well protected. Let's put our leather cap on, just to celebrate. We can stride around the town fully garbed. And put our helmet on when we get somewhere dangerous. Also, we got a nice amount of treasure now.
What a thick fog.
And I was only wanting to check the map we've been given. Okay. Wait a minute. Point at base of ruined tower. A little plateau with possibly some kind of little wooden tower on it and a few tents. This looks like I've been here before. Although this one doesn't tell me where it is. And we do have a little increase on the experience bar that's visible. Hooray! Oh, it's so nice to have armor values over 20. It really is. And this doesn't look dissimilar to our original starting outfit from the intro. Although that didn't have protective values anywhere near this good. Now I'd like to go stop by the bank and withdraw some money. Maybe even deposit some more. Although, the way we've gained like 800 or 900 gold this episode, we may very well just want to find some more quests. So that depicted ruin looks ever so slightly wrong from what I have in mind. being the ruin that was often infested with a mauler, where the madman tried to sacrifice us for strength. Right. Okay, just 50. I could whack in another 1,000. Probably doesn't seem like a very good idea right now. But look at those protective values, they're brilliant. We can make them even bigger. Okay. Oh, it's so nice. We could get something better for our legs, I'm almost certain of it. Which would be at the tailor's down there. But let's get outside. Wait, it's 2 tents, isn't it? Hang on. Oh. So, my initial thought is this. No, that's not quite right, is it? It crosses the ravine. This looks like the little wooden... Oh! Oh? No, that can't be right. Surely that can't be. Okay, we'll hold off on that thought. It could be that particular log cabin out by the Inn of the King's Brother. Also, let's see if we do have a health boost. Stamina, damage, 10% extra health. Okay. I don't know that we're going to get nearly 3,000 experience in the time gold in the time it takes us to level. Oh! And I did say I would go and check if this was a default sale item or a special item. So let's do that while we're here. And we will absolutely want to be getting outside the city walls again before saving the game. Vinny, my man.
Why is he wearing...
Oh. Now I just can't sell to him at all? Well. That's a very good resell rate, but I probably shouldn't. Maybe I can only do it once a day. Although, I could make that axe. That would be very tempting. Much better than this one. Wait, 32. No, I know it already. Would be good, but I know of a highly dangerous place where I can get better. Okay. So it'd sell for 20% of that, right? So 264. And it would cost me like 330 to get some steel. So that's not wise, and it's only 4 more points of damage. So that is something to make as a nice little side thing if we get the opportunity. Maybe he was in the wrong part of the shop. No, no. Okay. Oh, it would be so nice to have all that money. Oh well. Not entirely sure where I want to go from here.
Why is he wearing that junk?
Visit the carpenter again in case he's got anything for us, but I suspect he won't right now. Alright, let's head out of town and see what mischief we can get up to in the next episode. Maybe even tackling that alpha bug again, now we have much better resistance.
Fog's rolling in. Weather looks grim.
And now we have a red and, well, it's like an off-reddy brown and a sort of mauve, because there's a bit more purple than blue in there.
What a thick fog!
Maybe I should move to the village. This city makes me sick.
Boom's raking it, man.
Oop. There
They
we go.
broke into the abandoned fort.
What for?
I'll be damned if I know.
So. Nah, this looks kind of wrong, doesn't it? Yeah, that's all wrong. Okay, so somewhere else. I mean, if this is where I'm thinking it is, I don't mean right, because hang on. So their cabin is there. If that was the same cabin, this would be the broken tower base, but it's a very different shape that the other map refers to. But yeah, we got a pauldron with 2 or 3, well, 3 plates to it. We got some reinforced bracers of some material, also some metal gauntlets, and our old crappy woodcutter's trousers that we probably want to replace at some point. It may be worth trying to pray at a shrine again, as some of the benefits can be quite permanent if you donate enough. But hey, for now, I'm going to end the episode here. I hope you've all enjoyed this one, and I'll look forward to seeing you all in the very next episode. I'll say goodbye for now though, and cheerio everyone. See you all soon.